My name is Wilson Kagoro, and I'm the Warden Community Conservation for Murchison Falls National Park. Murchison Falls National Park is the largest national park in Uganda, covering a distance of about 3,893 square kilometers. And it is one landscape together with the Karuma and Ugungu. They make a distance of about 5,045 square kilometers. And this is one of the mostly visited parks in Uganda because of a number of mammal species recorded in this particular park. We have about 76 mammal species recorded in Murchison Falls. There are about 445 bird species recorded in Murchison Falls. And Murchison Falls is one of the parks that is mostly visited because of these attractions. There are quite a number of reptiles, a number of amphibians, a number of snakes, but because of their secret nature, some visitors don't feel comfortable seeing them, but we have quite a number of them. One of the challenges we face as a park is human-wildlife conflicts, and how we are managing it as a threat to the park. We have an electric fence as one of the interventions. An electric fence, in Murchison Falls we have an electric fence that covers a distance of 44 kilometers apparently, but we have just got a World Bank funding under investments in forests and protected area for climate smart development that is going to cover a distance of 101 kilometers, and this will cover quite a big area. Out of the 101, we're going to do 31 kilometers in Woya, 20 in Bulisa, 20 in Masindi, 30 in Kiriandongo, and so we hope after that we'll be able to extend, because Murchison Falls has a boundary parameter covering a distance of about 433 kilometers, and we hope to cover the biggest part of the park. However, the other side of Pakwach, where we have hippos disturbing people, we'll have to use a hippo fence, which is different from this design. However, we have many other interventions that have proved to be a little bit effective, but they are not as effective as the electric fence. We have beehives, and we have actually encouraged the communities to have bees. Wherever these elephants detect that there are bees somewhere, they always don't actually, of course they are not aware that bees sleep during the night, but they always avoid being close to bees because they know bees will sting them. That not being enough, we have also done some trenches. Trenches are ditches. They are 2 meters deep and about 1.5 meters wide. And because of that, I must say that trenches for a long time have been used as a human-wildlife conflict mitigation measure. But because we have areas which are a bit boggy, that are a bit swampy and rocky, and they may not be effective, elephants have used those areas to cross over to the community and cause mayhem to the neighboring communities. This is a solar-powered fence, and this place is called Yagupino, which is in Prongo, Town Council, Woya District. Next to me is a pillar, a white painted pillar. A pillar, most of the actually pillars along this stretch are showing the community members that you have now reached the park. This is a boundary between the park and the community. Inside is the park, and outside is the community. And next to the pillars we have the fence line. Now this fence line is not exactly the boundary, but it helps us control the crop raiding elephants, buffaloes, cobs and many other animals that are a problem to the community. It is a solar powered fence, and the purpose of having the fence here is that and the wires protruding inside is that it helps shock the animal before it reaches there. You might actually think the poles are too short, but they are very, very effective. They are not long. Before the animal reaches the point where the poles are, it is already shocked because of the protruding wires facing the triggers that are facing inside the park. Because the triggers will shock the animal before it reaches there. Whether a buffalo or a cob or an elephant, big as they might be, they will be shocked. Because this solar powered fence releases power in pulses. So when the animal comes closer and touches the wire, it is shocked before it reaches the main fence, and it is able to go back. And the purpose of having these wires facing inside is that we want to avoid animal kills. This system can easily kill an animal if it remains there. But of course, when the animals are shocked, they walk away, they walk behind in the reverse direction, they go back. Because once they are shocked, they go behind. And so why we have some of the pillars, some of the poles having some protruding wires, is that we have some jumping animals like baboons. These baboons are jumping, and monkeys, and usually if they want to jump out, they always want to actually jump on the pole. And once they jump on the pole, there is that protruding wire, and that wire will definitely shock the animal that has jumped on it, and it is able to run away. Because the solar system and the fence system is powered in a way that it actually shocks and releases. So that way, because it releases power in pulses, the animal is shocked, and before it is shocked again, it jumps and runs away so that it is not killed. So that way, that is how this fence is very effective. And we have a stretch. Usually we have a powerhouse which powers about 5 to 6 kilometers, and also another powerhouse probably ahead which powers about 5 to 6 kilometers. So that powerhouse is able to power all this distance from here up to about a distance of 5 to 6 kilometers ahead. And that way, this fence has proved to be very effective. Almost 95% it has been very effective in controlling the animals that have proved to be a problem to the community, especially those like buffaloes, like baboons, like elephants, and the cobs. These are no longer a problem, especially in places where we have this type of fence.
I'm Private Albora Solomon. Right now I work as a technician. Here is our powerhouse. This is a solar system where we always receive the energy from the solar. Then it comes to the charge controller, and then we have the energizer. It's like our transformer. It steps up the voltage from the 12 volts to right here you are seeing here to 6.6 kilovolts. Provided our power is above 3.3 kilovolts, it can shock the elephant and it will run away. Here we have our siren. Here is the monitor. We have the siren and we have the alarm. This one, it makes you to monitor when the pen is working lively. This siren, once there is a, assuming the animal gets entangled inside there, it will make for you the alarm. In case the animal gets entangled in the fence, we are able to know. This one I'm just demonstrating. In case it gets entangled, this one is I'm just doing like short circuiting. The alarm will be out from the powerhouse. Then it will make our fencers to be able to know that in this section of the fence there is a problem. Yes, because then once it's out, we are able to go and check and rectify where the fault is, or where the animals maybe get entangled, it's still remaining on the fence. That is the advantage of the alarm system. It helps us to know where the fault has taken place. This is our spring gauge. Right now we are using the spring gauge, but we know with time, if we are to fence the whole park, we may not be able to use the spring gauge, because the elephants will be having nowhere to cross, of which they will try all possible means. This one we are just using temporary. When we finish all the parks, the elephant may use this access, because right now there is no power. Here we have a cutoff switch. Here we have a cutoff switch. When it's up like this, there's no power. But once we bring the spring gauge, and then we connect here, And then we bring the cutoff switch down. We have connected. Meaning right now there is power. If you are to touch, it will shock you. But when we turn it up, because inside there, it's a conductor. It conducts, but when we bring it up, we have cut the power. That's why we call it cutoff switch. But after, I think we are going to design what we call a grid, where the elephant, when it steps here, the grid will be down. The grid will be down, because I know after fencing the all, they will try all possible means where to pass out.
Apart from the human wildlife conflict interventions, we have a number of other community park programs that we do. One of the things that I do with the Warden Tourism is that we guide and support communities in doing ecotourism activities, to establish campsites, to establish lodges, to establish hotels next to the park, so that when the visitors come, the neighboring communities can also benefit from tourism. They can be able to make money by providing accommodation, by providing meals and other services. The Parliament came up with a new law which provides for compensation under Section 82 of the Uganda Wildlife Act. And that compensation was actually operationalized by coming up with compensation regulations. We have compensation regulations. Whenever animals go out of the park, the animals that are categorized, which are supposed to be compensatable. Animals like elephants, buffaloes, leopards, lions, hippos, those are some of the animals that are compensatable. If they injure somebody or kill somebody, those are compensatable. Chimpanzees, gorillas, those ones are compensatable when it comes to injury and death of persons. However, there are also animals that are compensatable in case of crop raiding or property destruction. We have a category of baboons. We have, of course, elephants, buffaloes, hippos, crocodiles, and of course, some of these animals, whenever they destroy property or they destroy people's crops, we are able to make assessment. But the assessment is supposed to be followed up by a call by a community that I saw animals coming out of the park and they destroyed my crops or my house. When they make that call, we are able to go on the ground, rangers go on the ground and assess. So for you to qualify to be compensated, you must have a garden outside the park. If you go inside the park and you're injured from there, the law doesn't apply. One of the things, one of the benefits communities next to the park get is that we have a revenue sharing program, and usually money for revenue sharing is 20% of the park entrance fees. For Murchison Falls and for communities around Murchison Falls, we have been collecting revenue, and since 2003 up to date, we have given out money amounting to about 17 billion Uganda shillings. And one of the investments and one of the things this money has done is that money has been invested in infrastructure projects. These infrastructure projects have been commonly done in most of the communities surrounding not only Murchison Falls but all the other parks in Uganda that receive visitors and receive money.
My name is Adiga Sande. I work as Community Conservation Ranger. This is Buganda Health Center 3, which is under Bulisa Sub-County, Bulisa District. It is found in Buganda Parish. So you see these facilities here. We have the maternity ward, which was constructed under UA revenue sharing, which comes through Murchison Falls National Park to the district. 20% of all gate entrance the visitors pay, which is given back to the community surrounding the park.
I'm Dennis Muhangi, in charge of this facility, Buganda Health Center 3, which started as a result of UA revenue sharing. Bulisa Sub-County took initiative to decide with the community have their UA revenue sharing to be invested into constructing for them the health center, which is helping to serve the community in terms of health services. The whole of this facility, all these buildings you are seeing here, it is Uganda Wildlife Authority. But for now, the government is supporting the facility with all the requirements. Our catchment area we are serving is now 13,200. We request HUA to continue supporting us so that the facility goes up to a level where it's supposed to be. The challenge is now elephants. Elephants are scattered everywhere in the whole sub-county, generally in the whole district. I heard there is construction of electric fence which is going on, but my request is they quicken it so that it is done within the shortest time.
I'm Mugisa Beta Julius, the head teacher of Ngwedo CD Secondary School in Bulisa district. Through revenue sharing, these people gave the community money, and the community organized themselves to start a school, which is this school Ngwedo CD. They started as a community, and then again who came in to build some buildings. So infrastructural wise, it is basically war. Government came in later, in around 2019. That's when government came in. But from 2015, it was war funding. They built 2 classroom blocks. They built very nice pit latrine for girls. And all these buildings are there. We have them. Another important thing for this other revenue sharing is the community learns about the national park, the value of the national park, and then they see something good from it. I thank HUA so much because most of us are here because HUA started this school.
Backwards, in Grade 6 Secondary School, it was a community school that started in 2015 with the HUA revenue sharing. Originally, actually, the community came up with an idea of setting up this school in 2015. So it was a community school. Then later on, the government took over. HUA started by giving out the money to the sub-county, and then the sub-county came up with an idea of setting up a school, which is in Ngwedo Seed Secondary School.
My name is Raymond Kato. I am the warden in charge of ecological monitoring and research for Murchison Falls Conservation Area. Murchison Falls is basically supposed to be a savanna park. So we carry out a lot of conservation programs to make sure that both plants and animals survive in one ecosystem. We believe plants can survive alongside the animals because there is a relationship. Trees, grass provide food for mammals. I want to dwell much on climate change because it has greatly affected the park. The park historically is a savanna park. But when you look around, especially south of the Nile, in Masindi and Bulisa district, you see the forest cover is increasing. You're aware of Udongo forest. It used to be in Masindi, but now Bulisa has a copy, Udongo has a copy, and it seems to be increasing. Why is the forest increasing? As I said, climate change. The park is now receiving more rainfall than 50 years ago. And the trees, the shrubs, which could be naturally short and scattered, have now grown into big trees and tall and closed. That means it also has an impact on the wildlife, especially mammals that is supposed to be there. Because if mammals that were supposed to be in Murchison Falls are savanna mammals, savanna dwelling mammals, and the forest cover is now increasing, are they turning into forest mammals? They remain savanna mammals. So we must create an environment